Instant satisfaction.
Instant satisfaction. So, because this car is low now, when we went up to visit those guys with the crest there, I smashed into a log and it ripped the heat shield off of my car and smashed this up here. And today, we're going to put suspension in the back. So these are TRD blues out of an AE86, which somebody has modified to fit in the back of the March. But the back ones came without bushing, so Josh made me up some custom bushings. Put in the standard shocks just to do for the time being, but the springs fell out once when I was going over a bump. Yeah. Just like that. We had to buy a 12mm drill bit. The bushings are a little bit too small. Yeah. So the shock needs a washer on either side here. These are a smaller dimension. Ta-da! And just like that, hot washers. So a lot of you have been asking about this car up here, this AE92 stuff. A lot of stuff. Yeah, this car. What's the story with this car?
Okay, this is an X24-hour
one make or whatever series fucking race car from Japan.
If you're wondering about the yellow roof and stuff, it didn't have this coming into Ireland.
No.
It had a fucking, don't mind this, it had a scoop here for the driver.
I'll cut to a picture here.
And then it had the third 24-hour light that they need for the race.
Yeah.
The man who had it didn't like that.
Yeah, so he painted it yellow. So all this yellow stuff was done in Ireland. Had a 16 valve engine, but a black top 20 valve was put in instead. The shell is fully stitch welded. It's got just all sorts of caging and bracing. There's nothing really going on at the moment. It's just kind of looking like this. It still starts. Toyota electric modulated suspension. Flip's friend wanted to store this car here. They had nowhere to put it, and the car has been here ever since. So Flip put it up here with a forklift. So the gear.
Oh my god. Imagine. Yeah, it's easy.
What? Keep trying again. Yeah! That's a big can. Run out petrol. No petrol in it. Yeah. This is a really cool car, like, and yeah, I guess a lot of you have been asking in the comments what's going on with it, and we've kind of just been ignoring it for a while. We just kind of forget it's here now. It's literally like part of the furniture. But the plan somewhere maybe is to bring this back from the dead and make it cool again. Some of the stuff. Oh, hang on.
Carpet Tech Work 11, and then up the top here is the used car shop slow mile. What's this? Yeah, Carpet Tech.
What's cool is an S13 came in from Japan with this on it as well, you know that?
POWERD. They left out the last E.
Yeah. It'd be nice to bring it back to some kind of a cool standard eventually.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
That would be a cool thing to do. Maybe something that we'll revisit in the future. It might make for some cool episodes if we like get bored of all the other projects that are on. All this shit. AE92 11 race car just sitting up over the toilets in Flip's shed. It'd be pretty amazing if the guys that drove this car came across this video on YouTube someday. Maybe they won't, but TRD blues in a Nissan Micra. It's quite humorous to just have a full 86 fucking suspension setup. The shocks are so short that when we jack up the axle to meet the car, we're actually lifting the car off of the lift. I'm going to move the shock in to the little hole, and he's going to sit that on top. Just be there. Right, hang on. Can you see the little hole? Right, we're in. The factory Nissan bushing is gigantic. The actual tread depth that we have here is a lot smaller. as you can see over here. So we need to cut this, put on the top cup, and then we can thread on and just use half of it. Beautiful. Smashing. So yeah, nice TRD fucking blues in the back. The lovely RSR partner rod. Tonight, we lap the valves.
€8, €8, €8, €2, €2. Fucking in the money.
We've got the head. We're going to get the valves seated as best as possible by using valve grinding compound. Just lapping me valves here. Fun. So we use this little weird plunger tool, and then you just fucking grind away like a miserable man, and you hurt your hands. So that's just a run with the heavier stuff, and then we need to do a second run then with the fine stuff. Dougie's made this lovely board for all the valves in all their correct order. He's very organized. This is shit. This is not a fun thing at all.
Ooh, looks good.
My hands hurt a lot. Good. Wrecks the palm of the hand. Palm. So Josh has been doing loads of welding on my car. I said I'd just bring you over and look at another shed. We love sheds in Ireland. Here's the lads' shed. It's TJ and Josh in a faraway land. Just a fucking... It's TJ's DC2. This was left outside for a long time. 5 years. So TJ actually forgot that he owned this, and then one day he remembered he owned it. So we decided to bring it down and put it in his shed. She's a genuine DC2.
I don't know what it means to the Honda lads.
Skunk 2. Well, it was going to be fast somewhere, but TJ lost interest in Hondas also. Here's my old shell. Josh now unfortunately owns this. So this was the shell that I was starting out with that you seen in the first episode. And then I ended up buying the car in a bush. Josh is going to get around to doing this sometime. I'd like to show you Josh's actual car. This is what he's doing when he's not doing wheelies with us in the shed. So Josh is building his own competition spec E36. He's not actually going to compete with it. No, he has no interest in that. He just wants to see if he can build himself an absolutely ridiculous spec drift car. The idea is to style it like a touring car. You've taught yourself how to weld.
Yeah, past year has been learning.
He's gotten pretty decent. Obviously not finished yet. We're going for the whole 90s German DTM style look with it. Touring car magic. So like just an E36 M3 fiberglass rear bumper, yeah. Show the quick release thing on it, it's very nice. Yeah, so this was Josh's road car, and then he started drifting it, and then he decided he wanted to build
just something stupid.
a stupid car. It gives a look. Right, this is an M50 B25 with a whole set HX32.
Hybrid between 35 and 30.
How much horsepower are you looking to get?
Between 5 and 6.
That's enough.
Yeah, 5 and 6 horsepower is okay.
Yeah, 5 and 6 horsepower is fine. Josh has just been getting carried away.
Yeah.
He pretty much taught himself how to do all this, and he's just been replacing as much as he can. There's no doors on this side.
There's nothing on that side because I can't see that.
5 inches he's moved back the seat, and then he's brought the gearbox back as well.
Everything's back.
Everything is back.
Custom steering column.
I like that little fucking pillow ball.
Yeah.
Say he's chopped out basically anything that could be like smashed up, and it's easily replaceable. And even nice fancy radiator then.
That was custom built to my spec and size.
Sound Jay's garage.
Sound.
Look at that. Just do the cool. We'll keep you updated on this as it goes along. We're going to go back to the other shed now, and then Josh is going to finish the last tiny little piece of welding on my car.
We said that the last time.
Yeah, we did, but... So we are chasing the last bit of rust. Poor Josh has been roped into this again.
I'm not cleaning.
And here's a distraction for you. Brian is cleaning his mother's pristine yard. Oh. Fine. So we are deleting the aerial hole. So you're going to use your dirty finger to create a template. Yes. And now you're drawing around. This way. Just in the background doing this. Whoa. So we're putting back together the head.
Hello.
Jesus. Yeah, we've gone real Hollywood here now.
I didn't think something like this could be that cool.
I told you it was going to be great.
It's not even, I think it's not even on. And I'm just
No, it doesn't need to even be on, yeah. We're going to put in all the springs, and then we're going to put in all the valves and see if any fluid leaks through the head.
At least that's what you've been told anyway.
That's what I've been told. This is obviously made for this. It's not just a random...
Well, I had to make the adapter. This
Oh, really?
rickety fucking...
Oh, so that's custom.
This is factory type one.
And then the 25 ones are different.
Well, no, it's because they're so narrow.
So Brian is putting in the collets around the valve inside the spring.
Into misery.
It's like fucking surgery.
Only this is much more important.
So that's a finished locked in valve. So this is just first installation of the valves. Hopefully these are wind tight.
I'm so glad. Test.
Leak test.
Well, if these don't leak, then
So-
the valves are sealed.
I see that one starting to go down. So,
Oh, here's another one trickling.
yeah.
That was the last one anyway. And this one.
Is that one?
Here and here.
Is that one there? Like,
Oh, there's more coming.
is there?
Yeah.
Fuck.
This one and this one. And this one's starting to weep.
So it seems like the exhaust ones are alright. The intake ones are leaking. Yeah, so the fact that it's weeping out here means that I need to reseat these valves to try and get them to be airtight. Great.